Rightio folks, as you could see there, I've got my hammock set up within 10 minutes. As you can tell, I haven't got the tarp up, therefore I don't have a tarp line. And I realised quickly when I was putting up the bungee cords attached to the mosquito net there, I just attached them onto the carabiners, as you can see right in there. And the same at the other side. It seems to hold up fine, especially when you sink in, there's going to be plenty of headroom. I'll try it out in a minute. Just quick release knots attached to the carabiners, which are also holding up the webbing. I've noticed in one video last week there, a guy that does a lot of good reviews. I can't remember your name at this time, sir, but I'll have something on the bottom of the page if I can find your video again. But it's basically this DD hammock. The poles are in place. As you can see here, it's like a little buttonhole. Basically the rod goes in place and it just slips back out here. A lot of people seem to be having problems leaving it like that, and as soon as you get in it, it goes back, and before you know it, the mosquito net is messed up. I don't know why people haven't been seeming to get this right. This one on this side, as I've just done, is very easy. All you have to do is when you're pushing it in, I don't think I'll be able to do it just now with one hand, but this one just goes in, and if you persevere enough, you try and get the material here at the edge back over. Like I say, it is one hand that I'm doing it with. There you go. Excellent. Now that's in place and right up to the corner, so it's not going to be slipping out. I do admit, however, on this side it is much more difficult, and I think it's because maybe the material's been stitched a little tighter, and I usually have to persevere for at least a minute or two sometimes with this one, but I got up quick today. Secret is to be gentle but firm at the same time and get it in place, but they do fix in place. You just have to persevere and get that last bit back over. So just the tree huggers onto the webbing. I noticed the last time when I was doing the camp overnight, as you saw in another video, my hammock seems to be a bit more slouchy, and I don't know if it's because of the distribution when it comes to the equal length. As you see here, this is one end of the webbing and the other end ended up there, and I was in two minds whether or not to take the knots out and even up the webbing again, but I'm going to leave it just now. I don't know if the sleep mat underneath and other things made it a little worse too, but it seems to be actually okay just now. This side zips up, it should be more even. It didn't seem even the last time, but it seems more even now, which is good. David's decided just to put the tarp up, he says, just for extra practice, and his knots and whatever. As you could tell him, maybe need it. I just come down with a little black bag, a little laptop bag, which is serving me well as quick stuff. Got the hammock in there with the tree huggers. I also had the ground sheet, and got a little bit of envelopes just for kindling to get a quick start. I've got my Mora knife down with me, and I'll get some firewood going. We're going to have just a wee cup of tea, chill out for an hour or two on this Sunday afternoon. Nothing beats a good Sunday round about here. You can always tell it's still a rest day. When you get into the cities, you don't know what day it is, even on a Sunday. It's just busy, busy, busy. But down here it's good where we live. I think this is going to be like the training ground, eh, David? This will be the wee training ground. I think it comes to bug out locations and things. I've got a couple of ideas of places, but it won't be about here anyway. It's too easy to be caught down here or anything. But I've got a couple of places in mind. Maybe speak of that more in time to come. So I'm going to go on, just get a wee stove fire going. And as you see, the pots and pans are just in the bag there. They were there for the last time, and the last time I was camping, so I'm just going to take the little kettle out it and get a couple of cups of tea on the go, and that'll be that. So, see you in a bit. Rightio folks, we're ready now. This has got our stuff set up. It's getting a little bit shady with the clouds, but hopefully the weather stays off. Dave's got a wee kindling bit going there and some dead wood. We're not going to have a big fire or nothing, just for a cup of tea basically, enjoy the next couple of hours relaxing. But as usual, not much to get down here. I bring the tea bags, I bring the sugar, I bring the cups, I bring the kettle. But what did I forget? The water. There's always something. But hey, this is Scotland, we've got some of the best spring water in the world. Unfortunately we've got a great amount of rain as well, so luckily enough lying by there's a little celebrations box that's been abandoned by people that just don't respect the woods. But usually when people litter and leave things behind, there's always a use for it. So we're actually going to boil that and actually see how it goes. Don't have any water filtration, so what we're doing may be risky. I'll let you know the next day if my stomach's sore. But in the meantime, I'm dying for a cuppa. Desperate times call for desperate measures. You can hear them. Rightio, that's the kettle on. Get a wee cuppa. I'm reckoning right now we've got at least 3 to 4 hours left of daylight. It's a nice wee trip. It's 3 o'clock just now in the afternoon. That's our little setup. All my videoing's done by hand just now folks, because I've lost the head off my tripod. The bit attaches to the camera and slides on for a quick release. I'll show you later, but it's all by hand until I get a little replacement. I've just got mine up, tied the bug net up there, mosquito net. Not going to be needing anything just now in the next few hours, nothing to worry about. Oh, there's a dog, someone's coming. Couple out walking, I need to be quiet. Well, it'll matter much because the smoke's enough for Guy Fawkes now. But because of the bad weather and that, I mean everything's wet. There's surprisingly quite a lot of dry wood and dead wood as well, but they're not as much dry, but we've managed to start up and it's continued ever since. So just going to sit back and relax in the hammock for 5 until this water's boiled, and then we'll get a little cuppa, chill it for a couple of hours, then back up the road, up into the house. Every time I'm down though, I just feel as if I could be doing an overnighter. That couple seems to be walking back. The scary men are in the woods again. And take it easy now, I think. David decided to go and get fresh water and some pocket cafe lattes and cappuccinos rather than using the rainwater in the celebrations. We're not there yet, so Dave likes to do it the posh way. I needed a cup. I don't know why, I seem to forget more and more these days. I seem to be getting more careless. Anyway, enough is seen what I'm seeing.